Well, hello everyone. So we are finally at it. We are on the first adventure of 2018, and I can't tell you how excited I am for this trip. I'm at a trail. It's a combination of two different trails. It's called MorganSisters and Symmes Creek, and I'm at the trailhead now, getting ready to go on the trail and just start enjoying. I will be checking in and just showing pictures and just chatting with you about the trail as we go along. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching and just viewing the video. And I can't wait to see the experience and hear the comments from you guys after the trip. What I want to do now is just take a moment just to start this trip off right. And I really want to start off by praying and praising God for being able to do this. So just going to take a second here. God, thank you so much for the safe journey here, Lord, and I praise you for the opportunity to be able to come out and enjoy your creation during these next couple days. Lord God, I just pray that you'll just keep us safe. Lord, just keep your hand on us and allow this video just to inspire and to touch people's lives. Thank you, God, for everything that you do. I love you, God. I pray all these things to your son, Jesus. Amen. So let's get started. It's kind of a hazy gray day, but I think it'll be a good day to be out on the trail. A little chilly, but I'll warm up as soon as I get walking. Let me see if I can show you where the trail starts off. It kind of starts off over there. So I'll be heading down the woods, and like I said, I'll check in periodically and let you know what's going on. All right. So I haven't been on the trail very long, and here I am. Come to a very nice, I don't know if this camera will get it very good or not, but this beautiful rock outcropping just right along the trail here. Really neat, really cool. Just a beautiful area here so far. Got a little turned around there at the beginning, but I think I'm right on track. But we got just rock crop up on top there, and then you look over to the right here and it's just like a prairie land. It's kind of crazy, just where both of them meet. Just a beautiful area so far. Neat trip, definitely recommended already. I got Sadie out enjoying the trail and enjoying what a beautiful rock cropping here. I mean, just all up there, just all around right here in this area. Just gorgeous. I mean, look at all that. A little cave back in here. I'm not feeling too daring though, so I'm not gonna go investigate it. There's a little cave right back up in there if you can see it. But wow, what a pretty place right here. And we got a little frozen river over here. Really nice. This is a cool trip. Really nice. That's beautiful. Well, this is our first break. I just wanted to take a moment to just kind of look around, get a drink of water, just kind of take a breather for a little bit. I said I was going to take my time on this trail because it's only a 14-mile or so. We're going to spend a couple nights out here, so I thought I'd take a time just to kind of reflect on what's been going on. I couldn't take all the pictures of the outcroppings, but there were some other beautiful shots up there. Just some amazing stuff here. We're in kind of a flat plain area now with the hill right behind me. I don't know if you can see all of that, but there's a hill right up there, and it's right behind me. But so far the hiking has been exceptionally easy. Just kind of been a couple times where I got turned around a little bit, but this has been really a neat area. Like I said, I've already highly recommend it for being kind of a novice trail. To get your feet wet and backpacking stuff. So, yeah, just taking a quick 10-15 minute break just to kind of look around and see the sights. It's just gorgeous. So I'm so grateful that I was able to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy this as well. Thank you. Well, hey guys, looks like I'm on break number 2 for today. It's roughly about 1 in the afternoon. I've been on the trail for like a couple hours now. Look like I'm running at a snail's pace. I think I've only done about 3 miles, but I haven't really been pushing myself, and we just got done doing quite a steep incline. It was quite a climb up a hill, so it was a good time to take a break anyways. I don't know if you can see behind me, but you can just see kind of the rolling hills. It's just absolutely beautiful out through there, and the sun's trying to peek out. It's lighting up the hillside back, if you can see through the alleyway back there. It's trying to light up that hillside, and that's one side of me. And then if I look around and I kind of spin, there's the trail that I came up the hillside. Just about 100 feet back up there is where the hill was that I climbed to get up here. This kind of gives you what's going on around here. Just like I said, it's been a beautiful trail. Pretty easy going, but like I said, I've been taking my time, just making sure I'm getting everything good and trying to be safe. So, other than that, I'm gonna see if I can get a good shot of. There's Sadie here. Sadie and I needed a water break. There she is. Yeah, she's enjoying it too. I think she still thinks I'm crazy, but hey, it's the way it goes. But yes, absolutely beautiful trail, wonderful time. It's starting to get a little overheated, so I definitely needed to take the break to cool off a little bit. Which is hard to believe, I know, but it's been perfect weather, temperature-wise, to be out here. Can't say enough. Looking forward, probably in another hour or so, probably doing a camp. So when I cut in and when I check in with you guys again, I'll probably be getting ready to set up camp here. Probably only going to hike another hour, if that, hour and a half maybe. But yes, it's just been a wonderful trip up here. Now I'm up on top of the ridge line, so it looks like we're going to be on the top of the hill, higher elevation for a little while. Pretty soon, it's been pretty easy going other than the hill I just came up. So, but until then, I will see you guys on the next break. I don't know if you can realize where I'm at, but I'm in a beautiful white pine stand up on top of the ridge here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I got my pack over there hanging on the tree to keep it off the ground. It's kind of moisture. I noticed that on a couple of my breaks that there's a lot of moisture in the ground, of course, given the snow and everything else, the weather we've had. So I'm trying to keep it off the ground. This is actually where I am going to make camp for the night. I've been out on the trail for 3 hours, just trying to take my time, but I came across this little gem of a spot here, right in the middle of a pine stand, and gonna take advantage of it. Looks like even someone came up here and left me some places to sit, hanging on a tree here, so I might have to take advantage of those as well. But right there is where I'm gonna have a good little fire, and not sure yet. I might try to rearrange some things so that I can have my tent pretty close to it as well for tonight. Right now it's right in the 40s, 39, 40 degrees. Tonight it's supposed to drop down to 30. So I'm cutting it off a little early today just because I wanted to get dry. I'm starting to sweat quite a bit, so I definitely want to get dry and get something like that going before the temperatures really start dropping. So yeah, I definitely am going to enjoy this spot. For those of you who know me, I love pine trees and I love being in them. So the smell of pine is definitely in the air here, and looks like this is going to be a really nice spot. You see Sadie here has already decided to relax a little bit. We found some sun. The sun has decided to come out. Blue skies for a while, so we are definitely going to try to enjoy the sun as much as possible as we're trying to dry off. But I got a little bit of work to do to get some area cleaned out here, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. And then, or I might have a little snack too, because I'm trying to get a little hungry finally. Definitely going to enjoy the spot. So But when I get seated and situated, I'll check back in and just gonna give you the layout of how I've got everything set up. Okay, talk to you then. So I thought I'd take a minute to check in and just show that my tent is up. I'm doing kind of a lean fully enclosed tarp. So the tarp, I've got it folded at the corners, and I've got one right now off to the top of it. And so when I get done, when I get ready to go to bed, I can flip it over and it'll completely shut that off. The hope is that I'll be able to have a fire pretty close, right up in here, and then I will hopefully be able to get some of the heat to come into there for a little bit. I really think this is going to be a good setup. Got a little finagling to do probably with it to perfect it, but that's going to be where I'm going to sleep tonight. Looks like it's going to be a nice one. If you look real close, I'll see if I can zoom in on her real quick. You will see somebody is already tuckered out and taking over my sleeping bag. She will be kicked out later, but right now she is in there resting, and I'm getting ready to start a fire here in a minute, and just probably just kind of chill and relax for a little bit. I thought I might take a moment just to kind of go through some of what I've done. Kind of a little winded here, but so you can see I'm getting ready to really kind of start a fire, and what I found is, because of the temperatures, the snow, the ice, and everything that we've had in the last couple weeks, the ground is very wet. The ground is also frozen. You can still, if you go down less than an inch, and you can find freezing in the ground. So there's definitely still some frozen ground. So what I've done is I've taken some bark. There's actually a shagbark hickory growing up in here in the midst of all these pines, and I've taken some bark and laid it down flat, so I'm going to have a dry surface to start off. And I've got some real fine tinders that I'm going to use here to get the fire started, and then all the little kindling and stuff. And now I'm just processing some of the big wood. So I just thought I'd take time to show some of that. Trying not to overwork myself because I don't want to get too sweaty with temperatures are starting to drop and everything. But I am trying to process some wood so that I can have some fire for my meal later on tonight, and just kind of be able to hang around the fire. Probably will not be using this fire as something to warm me up. With the fact that I'm in pine forest, I've got to be careful of the fact that there are pine needles all around, and I don't really want to start a fire in spite of the fact of the moisture around here. So not overly concerned, but I just want to be cautious as well. So yeah, for right now, that's what I'm doing. As you can see, I've got a limb here that kind of started sawing on, and pretty much just sawing down till it starts giving way, and then breaking it off the rest of the way, kind of like that. And I've got a nice little stack here that I'm working on. I found this tree. The trees that I'm cutting down are not laying on the ground. I'm cutting them down, and they're considered dead standing. So they're dead, they're just still up, and I'm just going ahead and cutting them down because that's going to be the best source of wood. And I actually found a little cluster of oak trees over there that were dead and standing up still. So I found a really good piece here, and I'm going to process it out too, and this will probably be the last piece I process out, just so that you know. Yeah, so I'm just kind of giving her a good saw. Always being cautious now more than ever. The last time I was out, I about sawed my thumb off, so I'm cautious as to where my blade is at all times now. Definitely something that will cause you to think when you start doing this out in the woods. You gotta be safe about things, making sure nothing's over your head, and making sure that your hands are all placed right for sawing, because as crazy as it sounds, it's pretty dangerous out here if we're not careful and paying attention to everything that we do. But here before too long, I'll have this I'll have this all sawed up, and we have a fire, and I come back and we'll have just a little time. Probably after I eat, we'll have a little time of devotion. Just kind of give you a rundown of what I do in the evenings when I'm out by myself. So we'll get this all processed out and get a fire going, okay? Well, as you can tell, it is starting to get dark out. Getting ready to get my headlamp out and start using that a little bit more often. The whole fire thing is a bust. I thought I was going to be able to start a fire, but like I said before, with it being so cold, the wood's just way too wet. So I'm probably going to getting some water on boil here and make some hot tea, and then I'll probably end up just turning in and you typically do a devotional. I'll sit and read the Bible and just kind of look over and just kind of review some things of the day. But that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the night. So it looks like I'm going to be hunkering down and hoping to stay warm. I should be okay though. But like I said, once I get my tea, it'll be good. Yeah, that's going to be it for the night for me. I'm probably not going to show as many videos or shoot as many videos tomorrow. Really trying to conserve on batteries, but I'll get back with you in the morning and we'll kind of discuss what's going on for the day. So, anyways, thank you again for watching, and good night. I'm going to be hitting the bed here. Thank you. Well, good morning. It is morning. It's roughly about 8 o'clock in the morning, and slept fairly well, I guess. I always have a transition time, so it's my first night out. Usually is a little bit rougher sleep, but all in all, we did stay warm, even though it got down to about 30 degrees last night. Maybe even lower. I really have to check. But I'm just sitting here waiting on the water to get heated up and boil, so I can make some coffee and oatmeal. That's kind of where I am now. I unfortunately can't start a fire because the wood is frozen still. So I'm going to sit here and use my backpacking stove to cook my breakfast this morning. Should be a good oatmeal. But other than that, I will be holding my I'll be doing fewer check-ins on camera just because my battery is about half. I still need to make a whole day of it, and then tomorrow, make it out here tomorrow. I might need the GPS to get out tomorrow, so excuse me. But that's what's going on this morning. When I get everything packed up and on the trail, I'll check back in. Well, sorry, it's been a while since I've really touched base and shot anything. Been kind of a weird, funny day. Tomorrow, actually, when I get home, when I get back, I'm actually going to do a whole thing. It'll be at the end of this video. It'll be just a brief synopsis of what I thought about this trail. There's been some great points about this trail, and then there's been some not so much on this trail. It's been kind of funny. But I am at my camp spot where I'm going to camp out tonight. I wasn't really sure if I was even going to be able to do that. I almost thought I was going to end up having to go home today just because of how weird things got with the trails. But I found this nice spot here. If you can see behind me, it overlooks. There's quite the valleyway down there, and you just see the hills in the background on the horizon there. Beautiful spot. It's a little bit windy here right now. I'm hoping it dies down. It is warm. Oh my goodness. 20 to 30 degrees difference right now. It is warmer. I believe we are right around 55, almost 60 as temperature goes, and it feels awesome. I can't even tell you how nice it feels out here. I can't wait because it just means we're not going to be cold tonight. I think it's supposed to only get down to 45 or something like that. So we just might sleep like babies and sleep in tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I wanted to touch base. I was just kind of unpacking, and getting firewood going here, and just getting things ready to go. I'll check back in after I eat. As I'm just kind of sitting by the fire, just chilling. I'll check back in with you guys and just kind of relay some thoughts that I thought about, and just kind of share with you guys some things that were on my heart today, even through some of the frustrations, which, days have it. You have frustrations and everything. I look forward to sharing with you a little later on. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to get working on this, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope that you guys were able, let me phrase that. I'm sorry. I'm thankful that you guys have watched the video this far as well. So thank you guys so much for your time, and look forward to hearing from you guys. All right, talk to you in a few. I'm learning the technology as well, just so that you guys know. So I have fire, and I am extremely excited about that. After last night not having fire when it was too cold, I was able to get fire to go finally, and now I'm sitting here boiling water, or getting ready to boil water, for tea. So I am extremely excited about that. So I thought while I was sitting here waiting for my water to warm up for tea, I thought I might go ahead and just take a moment just to kind of share with you all some things that kind of came across my mind as I was hiking today. Bring that back just a little bit. There we go. Last night I was reading. I've been reading through the book of Acts, and for a little while now, just going for a refresher, because that's what we're studying in Sunday school. And I've also read 1 John, which was kind of fun to reread and really just kind of bring that back to my memory. But I was thinking a lot about Acts today, and some of the things that was going on during the time, and I was right on the area where it was the conversion of Paul, and I was just thinking about the people that they talk about in Acts that were not disciples, and what they did. Actually, they almost did more to further the kingdom than the disciples did in many cases, and I think that there was something that I really started taking note of. For instance, Ananias and stepping out and going to speak to Paul, or Saul at the time, even though he knew Saul was persecuting Christians, because God told him, he stepped out and went to tell him about Jesus. And it really got me thinking a lot. How often as Christians do we miss the opportunity to share? There were so many times in the book of Acts that people were sharing, and they weren't necessarily called to share. They were just sharing, and then they were called to share. God used them because they were obedient in the little things. And oftentimes I started thinking about that from my life. How many times am I obedient for the little things? How many times am I out there sharing and doing what I should be doing on a daily basis, and knowing that when I'm done, or when I have done something little like that, God will use that, and He will actually talk to me and order me to do something bigger and better, or something different. And it's just it's another form of us connecting with God, and I think we blow past that so many times. And even in this forum now, as I'm sitting here talking, and I'm sitting here thinking, what, even through this, I should be out there or I should be all the time sharing the gospel, even on these videos. And you know, and so that's really what I wanted to do is so tonight, you know, there are some that have never heard, there will be some people that will watch this video and have never heard the gospel, and I want to be able to be that guy that has shared and said, you know what, this is it. You know, I don't care who you are, where you come from, what you've done. I love you, and I want you to know that there's a God that loves you as well. And that's what the gospel is. The gospel is the fact that God loved us. He created us from the beginning, and he loved us so much that he was willing to sacrifice his own son for our life. And so he sent Jesus down, who didn't do anything wrong, and who willingly took the sacrifice for us. And on the third day he rose again. They crucified him, and he died, and on the Thursday he rose again. And that was for us. That was so that we would have the freedom to stand out. That was so that we would be able to let go of all those sins, all those issues that we have in our life. You know, I know there are many out there, even Christians and non-Christians, I don't care who you are, there are many out there who are struggling with addiction. I know I've had my struggles with it. And yet, all they need to know is that there is somebody that cares. And you know what, guys, if you are struggling right now, I care. I care deeply, and I hope that you will take the opportunity to shoot me a note, or shoot me an email, or just send me a comment, and I'll private message you or something. If you are needing something, let me know. I'll be there for you. If nothing else, I'll be there to listen. Guys, God loves us so much more than any of us could even imagine. Why aren't we out there telling people that? Why aren't we out there being the shoulder for those who are struggling? That's been something that's been on my heart today. If there's somebody on this that's viewing this, and they want to know who Jesus is, and they want to hear about him more, please contact me. In Kingdom Adventures, I just set up an email, so there's kingdomadventures@gmail.com. Just simple. Contact me there, or on Facebook. I'm going to, at some point in time, expand some of the other contact ways, but for now, you can contact me anytime. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for sharing with this adventure. I don't know about tomorrow morning. I may get on, but after this, I will be home, and I will show a review once I've gotten cleaned up and rested up, and I'll give you a review on this whole thing. So it'll be right after, either in the morning or right after this. Alright guys, take care, and have a wonderful adventure in your life. Well, good morning. I said I didn't know if I was going to touch in or not this morning, but I decided I would. I'm just now leaving the campsite, which you can see behind me. And then, of course, my morning view of the mountains, the hills. It's a wonderful spot, beautiful scenery here. Slept wonderfully last night. Temperatures were perfect, and it was great. So just heading out now. Probably, I can't believe it'd be any more than an hour to get to my Jeep, and hopefully everything's good there, and we'll be good to go. So the next thing you're gonna see, just a download of the trail, my thoughts, and everything about this trail. Just a real quick update on that. But so stay tuned to that. It's coming up right now. Well, hello. As you can see, I have made it back, and I'm now sitting in where my gear area is, and I've been cleaned up and ready to go again. Actually, what an adventure that was. I'm very happy with it. Want to give you a brief review. I'm going to try to keep this one short. First off, the trail overall was amazing. Had amazing sights. There were definitely wildlife I got to see. I saw turkey, I saw deer, heard coyotes off in the distance both nights. Just everything about it was really great. It was just a neat trail to be on. Definitely great scenery, neat rock outcroppings, which you've seen in the video, and you'll see more pictures of. And so overall, I was extremely pleased with the trail. A couple things to make note is that there were definitely a lot of greenbriers. So if you do go out there and you go hiking, just wear pants because there are greenbriers everywhere out there. Which kind of made it harder to find campsites actually as well. But you can camp anywhere you can find it. There were a few sites that had been made into campsites both of the sites that I camped at had been made into campsites, so they looked really nice. And there were a couple more out there that would have done real well as well, except they were kind of small. But overall, like I said, very pleased. I'm going to kind of show you, I'm going to pull out my map, which I actually meant to have it prepared. But I'm going to pull out my map that I used to kind of show you where I went with this. And then I'm also the other thing, if I were to rate this trail, I'd rate it as kind of a lower end intermediate. Could be a beginner trail if it was traveled more. It probably isn't traveled very often because the trail isn't very well defined on the ground. And then also, it was very hard to navigate because not all the markers were up. I found myself on game trails a couple times and not really sure where to go, only to pop up on the trail and be totally where I didn't want to be. But went on with it and went with it. So, and then other than that, just well defining. I think the trail takers, people who are maintaining those trails, need to get in there and do a better job at doing that. There's a lot of brush that was falling, a lot of stuff I had to whack my way through, made it a little bit more difficult. But it just added to the adventure. It was really an awesome trail. Here, let me grab my map and I'll show you something with my map. So here's my map. This is the map that I use most of the time. I also printed off another map, but it actually went in to serve me better as a fire starter. It tells you how good that map was. But so my intentions were to start here at Trailhead 1. I was going to start there and then work my way around like this. However, my directions either were not accurate or something, but I did not park at Trailhead 1. As a matter of fact, I still have never seen Trailhead 1, to be honest with you, so I don't know where it was. Even when I looped around coming up here yesterday, I still don't know where it went. I ended up parking right here. If you can see, this is 562, which is a gravel road, but I ended up parking at the end of that road somehow. And I just kind of said, okay, let's go with it. And I parked there, and then I worked my way around here. I saw trailhead number 2, but would not recommend parking there. It was not the greatest area to park in. There was no parking. You'd be parking on the side of the road. This road you see is 56 going through there. And that too was a gravel road. But it was kind of a neat area. Really had a good river that was flowing through, so definitely a good area for water if you needed it at that time. So then I actually took the trail around and came around this way and then cut down through here, just kind of hitting the Symmes Creek south portion of it and then coming to the top of the schoolhouse loop. Schoolhouse loop had to be the most confusing of them all, because when I got onto it, I got to the end and I was just about to hit Ridge Loop, and I've ended up on this portion of Ridge Loop, or coming into it right here, when I thought I was going to come into it up here. So I was very confused as to how I got there. And the only reason I really understood that I was doing that was because I ran into a hunter. By the way, it was still hunting season. I think it's over now, but so I went ahead and went with it. Went down Ridge Loop like I was gonna go up here, and then I went around Coal Branch. I actually camped up in here the first night. It was a very beautiful pine stand, as you'll see in the video and in my pictures. If I were to do it again, when I do it again, I would park at Morgan Sisters Trailhead. It's right by the lake, and there are at least a couple parking areas there. So I would definitely suggest going there if you go do this trail. And it's a little bit more secure. Doesn't look like somebody's gonna come down from the hills and take care of your car, kind of thing. So it's definitely a nice place there. And then you go around here, and then once again I got back up here, and I took Ridge Loop down here this time, which was a climb. There's definitely some hills on Ridge Loop. You're gonna have to go up and down on this trail. Some steep ones I noticed as well. Once I got up to the schoolhouse loop again, I said, okay, I am going to go this way because I thought I came up the top. So I went down this way, the way that I thought I needed to go, and lo and behold, like this is the area where I think I ran into a game trail, and lo and behold, I ended up here again. And I don't know, I never saw any sign of this trail whatsoever until I got back up to here, by this river. I went in, and this is not a river, it's a creek, by the way. And then when I went in, and I got water here, and so I looked around, and I still don't know what this trail does. It's pretty beaten up, so this part of the schoolhouse loop was inaccessible for me. So I went ahead and went on up here. Let me get this here. So I went back over here and crossed over, and then went this trail. It had some confusing areas in it too. Like I said, I think I just cut it off here and went up here and never did find Trailhead 1 still. But I went up here and around here, and I am pretty sure I camped out right here because it didn't take me very long to get back to the Jeep. And that was the beautiful overlook. I'm pretty sure I just looked over the hedge and into the next part of the trail. But like I said, overall, despite the confusing portions of it, it was a wonderful trail. Highly recommend it. Just want to say thank you guys so much for viewing this video and watching this and sharing in the adventure with me. I'm definitely was blessed to be able to do this, and God showed up in many ways over there, just in my heart too. And so I was definitely grateful to be out there and to enjoy such a piece of God's creation. So stay tuned. After this video is uploaded, I will have a slideshow of all my pictures uploaded as well, and I'll make sure that those get shared as well. So feel free to make any comments, and share this video with people. Share someone who might like this and might even be interested in going out on my next adventure. And definitely look forward to hearing from you guys. Also, once again, as I said earlier, I have an email account. It's called kingdomsadventures@gmail.com. So if you have any questions and you want to email them to me, whether it be something I said that caught you or something that you wanted to know about the trail, just shoot me an email, and I'd be glad to answer that question. Okay? Thank you guys again. Had a wonderful time. You guys have a blessed rest of your time, and until next time, God bless. Talk to you guys later.